I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making that down, but I won't lose ground. 'Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.
Every time it's on everything, alive, you cheesing, I'm cheddaring. No matter the form of the weaponry, gotta keep stalking my destiny. Time's getting worse, I'm bettering. My sentence secure, ain't no tethering. I ain't gon' stop till I rest in peace and they put the heart on my great lettering. Every time, I ain't lay back unless I'm in my 300. Circle is little, cause I keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm so hard when I'm on it. 100% ain't enough, I get 200. Every time, know what I'ma run from. I'm that one opponent, you don't know none from. Manual van where my strength get pumped from. So let's go ride to a child of God. Standing toe to toe, no hot now. The Lord is with me, you can't fight the rock. I got the sauce, you want out of high. The destiny mine, I'ma stalk it out. The strength assassin, you just bought it out. Your giant carcass, I'ma walk it out. You gon' be wishing that you wouldn't have come me out. Cause every time be on that throw down, let's get us a showdown. Come and get some, I got another go around. Big as it is, so hard they go down. Since destiny something we can't change, but quitting will stop you from great gains. And faith will make capable great things. I done decided to break pain. Live around and call me on my A game, so it's me like the A train. The path that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. All by myself, I don't gang bang. When you want to get in my crown, then I'm down every time, not just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but me, yo, I got my 10,000s. God gave me dreams doing that, I would chase them.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making it up, but I won't lose ground. 'Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.
Good afternoon. What up, BFam1096.com? How y'all doing? Facebook. Hello, everybody in YouTube land or wherever you are tuning in to this show today. This is Tea Time with Tara, live and on air. I am your host, Tara M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Here we discuss business and Bible basics. We believe you have a voice and it needs to be heard. Now, if you haven't already, head over to my YouTube channel at Stalk Your Destiny. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I go live, create a short, or upload a video. Also, check out my show, The Tea Time with Tara Show, where I interview guests and ask them what they need on their journey to stalking their destiny. Again, I am Tara M. Williams. This is Tea Time with Tara, live and on air. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like and share the video, y'all, so that others can come in as well. Or if you're listening, thank you for tuning in live with me every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, y'all. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Get in the chat, get in the comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know, how are you doing? How you doing? I'm doing good today. Did you bring your favorite drink? Did you bring your pens and your paper? Are you ready for the show today? Are you ready? I'm not even ready for the show today, y'all, but y'all know when I'm not ready, it's a good show. So I hope you're here with me. I hope you're ready to and prepared to write down some notes or things, or I hope you did really go subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can re-watch the show again and share it with somebody else and have the discussions necessary to keep encouraging yourself and encouraging others as you go forward in your week. Okay. So again, be sure to comment below, get in the chat box, let me know where you're tuning in from, and let me know how you are doing. Okay. I'm going to go ahead with our affirmations. Be sure to you can put your affirmations in the box too, in the comments or the chat box as well. Let me know what you are affirming this week. What are you believing for this week? What is your I am? What is your I have? What is your I will? What kind of week are you declaring that you're going to have? I am, I have, I will. And then today or this week will be whatever you want to call it to be, right? Okay, so mine is I am intentional about my future. I'm intentional about my future. What does that mean? That means for me that I may not be there yet where I want to be. I may not have it all together like I want it to be, but I'm intentional about where I want to go. And I'm intentional about getting after it. You know, y'all, I say that a lot to y'all, get after it. But I'm intentional about my future, right? So what is your I am for this week? I have to speak what I wish to see. And that kind of goes with one of my favorite, my favorite Bible chapter is Isaiah 55. And so when it says speak what you want to see, for me, that comes to Isaiah 55, verse 11, which says, so are my words that go out from my mouth. They will not return to me empty or void, but will achieve the purpose for which I sent it, right? And so speaking what you want to see means that your words have power. What you say, you will see. And so hopefully you are speaking with intention. And so I have to speak what I wish to see. I am intentional about my future. I have to speak what I wish to see, right? And then I will be careful about giving energy to negative things and people. And I say that because Facebook, I'm sorry if y'all are slow connection. Please excuse that. Come back later or head over to YouTube to tune in, okay? Live. I'm live on YouTube right now, Facebook, if it's a slow connection. So I will be careful about giving energy to negative things and people. That is so important, y'all, because we can vent a lot. And I mean, the people who are in my close circle know, like, I'm going to vent just to process what just happened. I'm going to vent to process, where do I stand in this? How do I correct this? All those different things, right? And then I wrote a journal that's called Turn It All Around. It's a Turn It All Around journal for venting and gratitude, because you have to be careful about what you give negative energy to. You have to be careful about who you give negative energy to, because somebody like me who is OCD, excuse me, I want y'all to know that OCD is more than just a behavioral thing that you can see with the people that do rituals. OCD is invasive and intrusive thoughts. It doesn't mean that person wants to be right there in that spot all freaking day, or week or whatever, however long they stay in that position of thoughts, trying to process or break that down. That doesn't mean they want to be there. Okay. It's intrusive thinking. And so when something bothers me, if I don't process that through talk, if I don't process that through writing, if I don't literally change the trajectory of that negativity and that negative energy, I can get stuck there. And so I will be careful about giving negative energy to things and people. I will be quick about turning it around. Okay. I'll be quick about turning it around. And I hope that you are too. Right. So I am intentional about my future. I have to speak what I wish to see. I will be careful about giving energy to negative things and people. And today will be a positive vibes only day. And y'all, what's funny about that is I don't even care. Like when people be like, oh, positive vibes only, I'll be like, you the problem. You are the problem. You the problem. But sometimes you really do have to be intentional. Again, you have to be I think that we're just in a time right now where we have to be intentional about what we want, what we entertain, and how we choose to go about it. Okay. And so today being a positive vibes only day means that I'm going to check my attitude at the door. And I think the people that say positive vibes only are talking about outward people versus internal things. And so positive vibes only for me means, Tara, you don't have time to entertain negative thoughts. You don't have time to entertain people and their BS. You don't have time to entertain all the things you don't want or desire in your life. You don't have time to entertain behaviors of yourself that will take you off the track that you want to be on. Anything that makes you discount your own promise to yourself, right? You don't want those things. And so today's going to be a positive vibes only day. Okay. What are your affirmations? Be sure to put them in the chat. Be sure to put them in the comments below, or just think about that for yourself. I am, I have, I will, and declare what kind of day or week you're going to have. Okay. And our affirmations for this week, were sponsored by Tea Time Enterprises. The world needs all you have to offer. Okay. So our food for thought quote today is brought to you by Stalk Your Destiny, where everything you want to become, you already are. Okay. And our food for thought quote is ask for more. Ask for more. I saw these like different posts and things or whatever before that say like, God's not on a budget, ask for more, right? But we're not even just talking about asking of the Lord, right? Ask for more of yourself, right? I guess today is going to be like really about looking within, okay? Taking an X-ray vision on yourself, asking for more. We definitely look for outward things. We look for resources outside of ourselves. We look for answers outside of ourselves. We doom scrolling, on all these different platforms outside of ourselves. And so with that, asking for more sometimes means putting a demand on you. That means putting a demand. I'm going to ask for more from myself, because as we started at the beginning of this year, I said that I was going to be keeping my promises to myself. I didn't make goals for the year. I didn't make resolutions. I simply made a declaration that I'm going to keep my promises to myself, right? Meaning that if I say I'm going to do something that's beneficial for me, I'm going to do it. If I say I'm going to change and grow and do all those things, I'm going to do it. And so with that, hey, everybody on Facebook, thanks for tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in as well here, BFam and YouTube. And so asking for more, right? Where do you need to challenge you? Because if you're anything like me, like this is tea time, so I'm going to bear it with myself. If you're anything like me, then, I don't know where I was going to go with that. Which way was I going? And asking for more. Basically, if you're anything like me, you're going to challenge yourself. Okay, you're going to challenge yourself to grow. You're going to see the things you don't like about yourself. And so I guess that could be called self-examination, right? You're going to take some self-examinations, self-assessments, right? And don't get me wrong, a lot of people will have things to say. I don't care. Let me flat out tell y'all, live and in living color, okay? I most of the time do not care what other people think about me. I never want to hurt anyone. I never want to wrong anyone. And if I do, I still have to self-assess and correct myself, right? And then go back. But more than anything, I want to be right with me first. I want to be right with me first, because if I hurt you, what's happening with me? What took place there, right? And so in asking for more, ask for more of yourself. Ask for you to show up more. I went through a time I was going through therapy. This was like the beginning years of me going through therapy. And I wasn't being present. I also have what's called dissociation. So I'm guessing y'all will get these mental health phrases today on this show. Okay. I already said OCD, but dissociation. Okay. Dissociative identity disorder. Right. And so with that, that means that I can be present in a room and not present at all. That means that I can show up in a space, be active, and mentally not even be there. Okay, that means that when you try to get me to recall, girl, do you remember? I'll be like, what happened? What did we do? What did I say to you? Because people always come back and go, you said this to me, years ago at that event or at this or that. And I'll be like, did I? I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I did. But most of those things I will not remember, right? However, the thing was that escapism, that escape type of mentality, that runaway type of thing, where I could be in a room and not be there at all, had to do with not being present. And so in asking for more, I had to start asking myself to show up. Okay. I had to start being okay with TARAH being fully present, and I don't think I ever wore a mask, but sometimes you can hide away and not fully show up. Right. And so I wasn't showing up for me. And so when asking for more, I have to say, self, like you have value here. You worthy. People want to hear what you have to say. You have a voice and it needs to be heard. Right. And so with that, I had to start showing up for myself. So ask for more. Show up in your own life. Be present in your own life. Ask for more of you. Ask for you to shine bright. Stop dimming your light for other people, y'all. Stop dimming your light because of your past. I think it was last week or the week before that I was just telling y'all, like, don't dwell on things of old. That was last week. Don't dwell on the past. I don't care if it was good or bad. Don't stay there. Be fully present, y'all. Be fully present. Embody you. Be vibrant, as you want to be. Ask for more. We can't ask for more from others if we're not giving more to ourselves. If we're not asking more, raise the bar for you, right? You set the bar. And so you should always be raising that bar a little bit just for yourself, not to condemn yourself, but to always rise to your own occasion. Remember, I told you all, you are the occasion, right, of your own life. So you should always be raising the bar a little bit more so that you're not complacent, so that you're not, immovable. You know, you want to always be growing and shining brighter. You want to always be proud of you. Okay. And so do the things that you need to do, y'all. Ask for more of you before you ask it from anybody else. Ask for more from you. That is our food for thought quote for the day. Okay. So now, y'all, I'm going to go. Hey, Kyra. Hey, Verena. Pastor Perkins. And hey, brother. So our devotional comes from James chapter 3 today. And let me see. In chapter 3, y'all, I opened this up this morning and I heard two things. And I am not going to say this was the Lord, y'all, but I heard two things. It said two kinds of wisdom is what I saw in a portion of James chapter 3 in the Bible. And I saw two kinds of wisdom. And I heard, y'all, and I'm not saying this is from the Lord because it's silly, but I heard there are two kinds of wisdom. The wisdom to shut up and the wisdom to speak up. Two kinds of wisdom, y'all. Now, if you want to say that's from the Lord, then that's fine. But when I heard it, I laughed so hard out loud. I said, that is not in the Bible. The way that I thought it, the way that I heard it, you know, two types of wisdom, the wisdom to shut up and the wisdom to speak up. And we're going to get more into that today too. However, let's get into James chapter 3, which is talking about taming the tongue, y'all. And I still find it amazing how God has these shows working together so well, these different pieces of my shows working together so well. Okay. So this chapter 3, I'm going to start at verse 1 and I'm probably going to jump around. Okay. Because I'm not going to read this whole thing. It says, not many of you should presume to be teachers, my brothers, because you know that we who teach will be judged strictly. First of all, not many of you should presume to be teachers. Y'all, everybody on the internet is a teacher of something, we think, right? We think, right? Because you know that we who teach will be judged more strictly, right? We will all stumble in many ways. If anyone is never at fault in what he says, he is a perfect man, able to keep his whole body in check. When we put bits into the mouths of horses to make them obey us, we can turn the whole animal. Or take ships as an example. Ships, y'all. Take ships as an example. Although they are so large and are driven by strong winds, they are steered by a very small rudder wherever the pilot wants to go. Like the tongue, likewise, the tongue is a small part of the body, but it makes great boasts. Consider what a great, I might end up reading it all. It looks like I might read it all. Just hear me out, okay? Consider what a great forest is set on fire by a small spark. The tongue is also a fire, a world of evil among the parts of the body. It corrupts the whole person, sets the whole course of his life on fire, and is itself set on fire by hell, right? So I'm going to jump from there to verse 13, which says, who is wise and understanding among you? Let him show it by his good life, by deeds done in the humility that comes from wisdom. But if you harbor bitter envy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast about it or deny the truth. That's something right there. If you have bitter feelings and envy, selfish ambition in your heart, do not boast about it or deny the truth. Y'all, tell the truth. It will set you free. Like, if you hate me, say it out loud so you can be clear and free of it. Okay, fine. You hate me. Cool. If you love me, say it out loud, because you might not get to tell me the next time you think you get to tell me. You know, say it whenever you want to, right? So it says here, such wisdom does not come down from heaven, but is earthly, unspiritual, of the devil. For where you have envy and selfish ambition, there you find disorder and every evil practice. Okay. And that was just verse 13 through 16 and verse 1 through 8 of chapter 3 of the book of James, right? And so here I wrote, speak your intentions only. Okay. Speak your intentions only. And with that, what I mean is, like I was saying earlier, be careful about giving life to negative things, right? Be careful about giving life to negative things, because what you feed is what grows, right? And I think that, even in venting, we can get carried away. We can get carried away in that. Because if you challenge me and I'm up for the challenge, I get stuck there. right? We're human. We get stuck there. If you challenge us, okay, we're going to step up to the challenge now. Let's go. Let's go, right? Be careful about that, y'all. And it says here, speak your intentions only, right? Be careful about being pulled in by miserable people, because misery truly loves company, right? And they don't care about if it's positive or not. Misery loves company. That means that if I'm miserable, I want you to come sit over here with me in this pity party. And if you try to leave me in my pity party, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw a temper tantrum, or I'm going to try to be polite and kind and offer you, things so that you stay with me in my bitterness and stay with me, which does what? That drains you, right? That puts you in, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically in my possession. And I don't mean it in that way. I'm just at a loss for words of what I want to say. It's like creating a web right around you. I'm entangling you. That's the word. I'm entangling you in my stuff because I don't want you to leave me alone. Be careful about that. Be careful about those people who are miserable and who love company. Okay. But speak your intentions, right? Life and death is in the power of our tongue, is what we know mostly, of the Bible. Is life and death are in the power of your tongue. But be mindful, just like it said, just like a rudder on a ship steers where the ship goes, and it's the smallest thing. What we say, which I said already, we see, right? What we say, we see. And the more we continue to say it, the more we continue to see it. And it can be hard to traverse that, because the more that you're talking about it, you feel like you might be getting through it, or you might just be updating one of your close people, your inner circle people, right? But the more and more we talk about it, we have to do what our 2025 word of the year was, which was reframe it. So it doesn't matter how much you tell your story about, what took place with you. You can be talking about your childhood, you can be talking about an incident that just happened last week. Whatever it is, we have to get to the point where we reframe it. I told y'all today gonna be filled with, I guess, therapeutic words, vocabulary, or whatever, right? Reframing it is just telling your story differently, not changing what happened, changing your perspective or your point of view, changing your vantage point on what happened. And so if I'm going to speak my intentions only, and I'm sharing with you what took place, that would be like me saying I was a victim of childhood trauma, right? Versus saying I am a survivor of childhood trauma. Or even better, saying I am an overcomer of childhood trauma. Or even there's something I heard before that I actually I quite like it, right? Instead of me saying I am divorced, right? I heard someone say I was married once. I was married once, because I've been divorced for years. So why do I want to keep saying that? I was married once, and so it's as simple as that. It's as simple as just changing how you tell your story, because sometimes you can tell your story and you can be so caught up in it, right? So lost within that. And you get stuck there again. I guess today God wants somebody to be unstuck. God wants somebody to be free today, y'all. Okay, free from bitterness, free from anger, free from your past, free from hurt, free from your own negativity. Like, get some soap and wash your mouth out. Like, for real. Free. God wants you to be free today, because it's not about hurting the other people. It's about the fact that whatever you're doing right now is hurting you. It's about the fact that whatever you keep saying is hurting you, because we're looking at you like the fool that you sound like. Okay? It's hurting you. So watch your mouth. So be careful about the things you say. I know one thing I keep speaking, and like I said, my inner circle understands and knows this, but I keep speaking like, I'm eventually I'm gonna stop drinking. I'm gonna stop drinking. I'm gonna stop drinking. I don't like how that made me feel. I don't like how that made me feel. Like I keep repeating it. Why? It is an intentional process. I am programming myself to know that that's not what I want anymore. Even if I go to it, I navigate to it. Well, I've been drinking since I was a child. So if I navigate to it, okay, that's a muscle memory. Right now I have to retrain that. Navigate to something else. Choose something else. Recognize the things that hurt you or harm you on the inside. Even if it's subtle, if you don't like it, keep reminding yourself. Be intentional about that. I don't want to feel that way. I wish to be present, fully present in my own body. I wish to be sober in my own mind. I wish to be well. I wish to be healthy in my body, right? Be mindful about what you are speaking and doing in your own self, right? I said this was about looking within. Ask for more. Ask for more of you. Ask for more of you. Be intentional with you, right? Speak your intentions for you, right? It's so amazing to me that we live in a world we're trying to get so right with the world and not right with us. You know, get right with you. Like, love you, yes. People talk about self-love, but they don't talk about the things that you have to do to correct yourself in order to love you properly. Okay? Do the work. You are worth it. You are worth it. Okay? You are worth it. Do the work for you. Okay? So speak your intentions only, y'all. Watch your mouth. Watch the things that come out of your mouth. If you can't stand to hear what you're saying, shut up. And I'm going to get there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there, right? Be intentional about what you have to say, y'all. Be intentional about where you want your words to go, okay? I'm going to move on from that, okay? I'm going to move on. If you are interested in any of my books or planners, you can head over to my website, y'all, www.stalkyourdestiny.com. Like I said, the venting journal called Turn It All Around. It's in red or blue. Those are available on my website as well. You can find my series of my devotional series. Y'all, I'm still not done. Just be patient with me. I've been writing these devotionals since 2018, and I'm on the very last book, okay? And I'm still not done. It's just procrastination. I'll get it done, but I can only get it done with a clear mind. I can't write those books just because I want to write them. I have to wait until I'm clear with God and I can do it, okay? Deliver his word, not mine, for them. So you can check out the devotionals that are available right now. 10 of the 12 are available. They're called Earthly Branches, a 12-book devotional series. They are interactive monthly devotionals that can be used as tools during your time of fasting and praying, or just when you want a life change and you have different things you want to focus on, like new beginnings, harmony, courage, enlightenment, fulfillment, faith. Okay? Those different topics are available because each one focuses on a different topic for that month. You can check those out at www.stalkyourdestiny.com/shop. Now, if you go to the website as well, you can become a sponsor there. And in order to become a sponsor, you go to stalkyourdestiny.com. You hit the Live and On Air tab. Scroll down to the bottom and you will see there where we have our sponsorship packages. We also have a link where you can click to become a sponsor there. Now, why would you want to become a sponsor? If you love what we're doing here at this show, you love the fact that I'm on every week, I'm encouraging you every week, please understand that there are bills to be paid behind this show. In order for me to show up, I have to pay what I need to pay for, right? This takes support. And so you sponsoring an ad helps support this show, helps get the word even further out, okay, and to reach more people and to change more lives, okay? And it helps me to show up fully present for you guys every week as well. Now, in order to become a sponsor, do you have a business, someone you want to shout out, a product, a service, or an event coming up? Our sponsorships are monthly. And so if you do become a sponsor, that covers you for 4 shows. And depending on which one you choose, depending on which sponsorship package you choose, then your ad is run multiple times during the show as well. And so go over to www.stalkyourdestiny.com, click on the tab that says Live and On Air, scroll down, and you can learn more information about how to become a sponsor. We want small business owners, we want individuals, we want corporations. You or your boss or your friend can sponsor the Tea Time with Tara show. It is business and Bible basic, so keep that in mind. However, we're welcome to your sponsorships. And if you say, okay, well, I love the show, Tara, but I don't necessarily want to be a sponsor, how can I support? I'm glad you asked. You can go over to stalkyourdestiny.com/donate, or just go to stalkyourdestiny.com and click the donate tab. And you can donate any amount that you would like to donate to support the show. All amounts are welcome. And I appreciate you all even for considering sponsorship and donations. Okay. Again, that's www.stalkyourdestiny.com. You can check out my books. You can check out the live and on air tab. You can check out the donate tab or whatever else you want to learn about me. Also, links are there on the homepage if you want to read articles about me or to watch interviews that I've done with others on their shows or podcasts as well. Learn more about who is Tara M. Williams anyway, right? You can learn more about me at the website on the homepage, www.stalkyourdestiny.com. All right. So our business topic came up kind of fast. This time is going by, y'all. Let me drink some of this tea real quick, but this time is going by pretty fast. All right. So our business topic of the week is brought to you by Zeal Sweet Flavored Tea. And if you head over to the Zeal Sweet Flavored Tea made with love, y'all. And if you head over to the website, you can also click the tab that should say Zeal as well. Okay. To learn about what that is. That's our tea and food menu, right? And so our business topic of the week, y'all, is shut up sometimes. I told y'all it goes along with what we just talked about. It goes along with all of this. I love how God pulls it all together. Even though it's separate portions of the show, it's all in the same vein, right? Shut up sometimes. And I might be a little bit all over because I want to go over all these things at one time and I really can't, right? So shut up sometimes. Let's start here. Sometimes you have to quiet your mind, right? And in order to do that, you've got to unplug from things. You got to unplug from social media, unplug from work, unplug from parenting, right? And turn your phone off sometimes. You have to be unavailable. And this is not a thing where you just have to say, oh, I'm unavailable all day. Now, I do suggest to my inner circle people, because I know more about their lives, right? I do suggest that you take 24 to 48 hours of a shutdown. It's a mental health shutdown is what I call it. 24 to 48 hours of a mental health shutdown is where it's just time for you to exist. It's time for you to breathe. It's time for you to shut up, right? It's time for you to recharge yourself, right? Now, if you can't do that, then sometimes shutting up sometimes, and y'all, this is business and Bible basics. So we're gonna get in business, we got to shut up sometimes too. Okay. And in business, you need to be able to say, I'm taking a mental health shutdown as well. I need a day, right? And if you can't get to the day, that's okay too. Because what happens is you can start little. Start with little, right? I believe I've said it before, and maybe I should say it more. Okay, Tea Time with Tara literally started with 5 minutes, y'all. A hot shower and a burning hot cup of tea. 5 minutes a day. If I could have that 5 minutes a day, which was quiet time for me, right? It shut up sometimes. It started with 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes, okay? 3 minutes to warm up a cup of water and hop in the shower real quick. 2 minutes to drink the hot cup of tea. 5 minutes a day, okay? Start where you are, okay? Set an alarm. If you need to take 5 minutes of just away from the world, 5 minutes of peace, 5 minutes of quieting your mind, right? I know that people talk about meditation and all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about meditation. I'm not talking about praying right now. I'm talking about taking 5 minutes to shut up and shut down, okay? 5 minutes for your human body and system to relax. Okay? If you can take 10 minutes, take 10 minutes. If you can take 15 minutes, take the whole 15. Do not answer your phone. You can call them back. You can text them back. Okay? But be mindful of shutting down. Be mindful of taking that break. Those mental breaks, we all need them. You need the emotional breaks, the mental breaks. Let it be okay when you are upset emotionally. I don't care if it's anger or sadness. Let it be okay when you are upset emotionally to say, I need a minute. And take your minute. Okay? Take your time to breathe. because that's helpful to you. We don't have to try to figure everything out all the time, all day long. We just go, 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 go. That's not helpful to you. That's not helpful to anybody, because eventually you're going to break the hell down, and who's going to help you then? I mean, you're lucky if you have people around you that will help right then and there, but ultimately it's going to take you. It shouldn't take us having to go to the hospital to rest. It shouldn't take us, getting sick or ill to recharge, to tend to our own bodies, our own vessels, right? Okay, so shut up sometimes, right? And so here I wrote, listen more and learn more, but I'm gonna jump there. I don't know if I'm gonna jump there. I'm gonna try to stay on track with my timesheet, right? Listen more and learn. Okay, shut up sometimes, listen more and learn. In doing this, y'all, and I don't mean this, let me put this disclaimer out there, because there are a lot of toxic people that would want you to shut the hell up just because they just they want you to shut the hell up. Okay. And I guess I'm going against myself. I'm just going to push all these things together, say it however it comes out. Okay. Listen more and learn, and how people want you to shut the hell up just because they're toxic, right? Guess what? Do you know how much you can learn when a toxic person speaks? So much. Oh, so much. Because they get so caught up in the fact that they want to hear themselves talk that you hear everything. You hear everything they think of you. You hear everything they think of everything else. You hear everything they don't think of you. You hear them talk about what they want, how they want it, when they want to do it. You know everything about this person because they talk so much. You shut up sometimes. Okay? Because here I wrote, silence is golden. If you put the shut to the up, like my aunt says, put the shut to the up, y'all. If you learn to shut up, or the ministry of shut up, like Heather Lindsay says, if you learn to do that, you will literally hear how to handle people. You will hear them. There's a reel I see recently. I've seen it multiple times, but it's just where the girl's like the guy's saying whatever he wants to say to the girl, and the girl's like, okay, bye. Get into it, y'all. Get into that type of mind frame where you hear what people say and you don't challenge them. Don't challenge them, because all that's going to do is get you in an uproar for something you don't even care about. You don't even care about. Silence is golden to you and the person that does not want to hear you speak. Because the moment you start talking with that type of person in front of you anyway, they're going to shut you down. They're going to say, you're disrespectful. You cut me off. You don't know how to listen. Do you know how to shut up? Well, y'all, we all learning. Me included. For my haters just watching, yep, me included. I'm learning to shut the hell up. I'm learning to say less. You know why? Because I value my peace, and I value my peace of mind, and I value my freaking health systems in my own body. I don't have time to have an aneurysm over you and your bull crap. I don't have time for it. You shouldn't have time for it either. Shut up. For your sake. For your sake, right? And in business, when we're quiet, you don't have to read the room alone. You can listen to the room. You can learn, even if it's things that you don't agree with. Y'all, I'm a person where usually if you ask me something, my answer is going to be no immediately. I don't know why. No is my go-to answer and response to things. Terry, can you? Absolutely not. Oh no, Terry, don't do that. No, we're not. Absolutely not, right? But if you stay long enough, past hearing me say no, you will hear me consider everything I just heard you say. And then if you follow up with that too, what you will find is that I listened to everything you said. And while my reaction or response may have been no, the fact that I listened and considered you will show, right? And so everybody's not like that. So don't think that everybody that's saying no is not rejecting you. When I say no, I'm rejecting it initially. I am. I reject anything that I feel at the time does not align with me. But I'm smart enough to still consider the things that I'm like, why are you pushing back on that, girl? How come? And the thing about it that I've learned is that I say no because my process is still going for how can I apply what they just said? Because I'm actively listening, right? So when you're in a room and it's business being, going on or whatever, document it. Document the notes. You never know what you're going to go back and consider because you're listening, right? Listen in. You may have a response that's like, I'm not doing that. That's crazy. I would never, right? You might have that type of reaction, right? But you should still be present enough to hear them out. You will never get to the other side of your own life if you don't listen to how other people did it. Okay? And what I mean by that is just learning from other people. Like, again, I like to talk about adventure, because I like adventuring into the lives of others. I love documentaries and biographies, and I love people's stories, right? Why? Because I get to go to that place in my imagination, hearing about their experiences. What does that do for me? That adds experience because I'm learning from them, right? And so as much as I say y'all sit at the foot of understanding, in business, you need to just sit and be open to hearing, be open to learning new ways of doing things. Y'all, I don't want nothing to do with AI. Okay. If we're being honest, I don't have nothing like I mess around with it very, very, very little and minimal. And even then I really I don't mess around with it. Right. New age thing or whatever. Right. Do you think I don't sit and listen when people talking about AI? Do you think I don't go into chat rooms and listen to people talk about this stuff? It's a no for me, but it is business knowledge and information and the way of things right now, right? So while I don't care for it, I still listen and learn. While I didn't care for, I don't do nothing on the car, okay? I'm a whole, I'm such a girly girl that I'm like, no, I don't. Men take the trash out. I don't. I'll wait. Men take the trash out. I have sons, so they'll do it. Oh, they'll do it, or come to a car. Am I going to fix the car? No, I'm not going to fix the car. Am I going to listen to you tell me how you fix the car? Absolutely. Absolutely, I'm going to listen. Why? Because that expands my mind. That expands my reach. That expands my knowledge. That expands our relationship, right? So learn to shut up. I don't have to share. Oh, I know that already. I don't have to say that to people. Excuse me, y'all. I have a shaking my head. It's been a no for 20 years. Richard, if you don't get off my no, get off my stuff, Richard. So sorry, y'all. That's a comment came up. So getting into the rooms, right? I don't have to know how to fix a car to learn from the person that's doing it. Okay. And so listen more and learn. And then stop cursing your own life, right? Stop cursing your own life. We can identify the things we don't like about ourselves. We do it all the time without even thinking about it, right? We do it all the time without even thinking about it. You can identify like me, me, okay? I battle with my weight. That's been a battle since I was a child and a toothpick. I was so skinny, I didn't even realize it. I thought I was big then. I thought I was fat then, right? Didn't even realize it. Girl, you're so small, you're so tiny, right? And even now, body before having babies and body after the babies, it ain't the babies that's the problem. It's the body that's changing, right? And so saying, oh, I'm fat, I'm so out of shape, I'm so this, I'm so that, right? Those negative things is you cursing your own life. And please, for you all that think that it's okay to say whatever you want to say about other people, you cursing your own life. You hope they fall. Yeah, you probably gonna fall too, right? And again, my inner circle can confirm all of this with y'all. I can hate everything you do, and I'm still gonna pray for you, and I'm still gonna plead with God about why are they acting their way. Oh my God, I'm still gonna go to God for you. I'm still going to intercede for you, if not hate your behavior, right? Even if I hate your behavior, so because I'm not gonna curse my life. I don't love you enough to hate me. I'm gonna let some of y'all catch that. I don't love you enough to hate me. That's just not how this goes. Okay? I'm not willing to curse my life for cursing yours. I'm not willing to do that. You shouldn't be willing to do that either. If you're not going to die for that person, then take your mouth off of them. Unless you're praying for them. And yeah, we get sick of stuff because I told y'all I vent. So I be sick of people, places, and things. I'm sick of it, right? But in my venting, I am not going to curse you. In my venting, I will say, get the hell away from me. Okay, I will cast out some demons. I will do that. All right. However, I'm not going to use my mouth to curse my life or yours. And y'all should be mindful about that too. Because everything you say out of your mouth, you still regurgitate. It come right back to your ear gates and goes right back into your heart. This is why we should speak life, speak love, speak health, speak wealth. Okay? Speak all of those things, right? And there's a Fred Hammond album, I believe it's called Speak Those Things. Pages of Life, chapter 1 and 2. Check that out, y'all. Okay. Now, if you're under 40, maybe you might not know what I'm talking about, but check it out. Fred Hammond, Pages of Life, chapter 1 and chapter 2 is called Speak Those Things. That album. Okay. Check that out for yourself. Now here I wrote, silence is golden. Say less, right? It's golden to you and it's golden to the people that don't want to hear about you. So practice saying less, y'all. Take a vow of silence. I don't care if you have to do it and saying, okay, today I'm going to start off by being silent for 2 hours. I'm just taking 2 hours of silence, right? I'm just not speaking. And you can hold a card or whatever you want to say. I'm being silent today. There's no text messages, no phone calls, no verbal communication. And if you can sign, no signing for 2 hours. Silence. Take a vow of silence, okay? You deserve that time and that space. You deserve that type of freedom to just let other things melt away, okay? Relax. All right? And then I wrote here, speak first and you lose in business. Shout out to James A. Dickerson because I think it was just last year he said that. He told me that me in a room full of people, it was a meeting. We were in a business meeting. And he let me know that if you speak first in business and negotiations, you lose, right? So there's power in your silence. Especially if you're negotiating, there is power. Like, you know, when you have a question of someone and you answer the question while you're asking the question, and then you talk them out of blessing you. You know what I mean? Like, well, I was going to ask you for $20, but I know you ain't going to give it to me. So I'm not even going to ask for the $20 because I know you ain't got it. And I know you got all this going on and all that. Shut up. How about that? How about just because you told me what I do or don't have, I'm going to be like this. You right. You right. Because we started this off with saying, ask for more, right? Somebody just this past week, y'all, I had I did a book event at a school and I had someone ask me, she said, now, y'all don't make this a habit, right? Don't make this part a habit. But someone asked me, what deals do you have today? And you know what I asked her? What deals do you want today? Ask for more. What deals do you want today? Don't make it a habit necessarily of asking entrepreneurs for discounts. She didn't ask for a discount, though. She asked if I had any deals, right? And for me, that's an opportunity to bless you. If I'm willing, because I could easily just say, no, ma'am, and she would have bought whatever she bought, right? I decided to say, okay, let me be generous today. What you want? What do you want? And when I said that, to her credit, she said, I'm going to pay whatever your price is. Whatever your price is for these 3 books, I'm going to pay for it because I want all 3 of them. And to that, I told her, just because she asked, y'all, just because she asked, and I put it back on her. What do you want? And she still respected me as a business owner, as an individual, my products, right? And even because of that, what did I get to do? I get to say, girl, what do you want? What do you want to pay for these 3 books today? Tell me what you have in mind, and I'll let you know if that works for me or not. Okay? Ask for more. Speak up. Okay? And so even in that too, in terms of me saying, let me go back a little bit. In terms of me saying, if you speak first, you lose in business negotiations, right? That means that you have to bring something to the table, right? She brought her money. I brought my products. She came to my table. Okay. What you want? Let's make a deal. All right. And it's not always like that again. I gave her more because she asked for more. And I had another woman come up to the table later. She said it was her birthday. She bought 2 books, but she wanted a third one. Right. She didn't even really ask for it. She just kind of hesitated. And I said, what do you want? What do you want? She was like, well, I definitely have to come back and get this book. But I'm going to take these 2 for now, but I'm going to come back and get this one, I think for her husband or for her and her husband or something like that, right? But because I knew her birthday is today, I don't even remember her name, but happy birthday to the teacher at the school I was at on Friday. And shout out to Minister Joyce. Thank you for inviting me as well. But because it was her birthday today, I gifted her the book. I said, happy birthday. Happy birthday, right? Y'all, we should be, now this is going into giving, right? This is shut up sometimes because you got to listen to what people are saying. No one asked me for something that was going to harm me, right? No one asked me for what was going to harm me because I was open to hearing them. They were all willing to support me and pay full price for everything. But I heard it was her birthday, so that was an opportunity for me to bless her. And I heard this lady, ask for what she wanted. And when I challenged her to speak up, she didn't want to discredit me or dishonor me. And so I still got to bless her, right? Sometimes you have to shut up so we can be the blessing. I had to listen to a child come to my table and he asked me questions. He asked me questions about one of my books. And he was just he wouldn't walk away. He was like, I love the airplane on your book. I said, do you like to read? Do you know how to read? And all of these different things, right? He just had a full-on conversation with me. A child had a full conversation with me about my books at my table. So much so that I was like, baby, take that book. Take that book with you. Because I listened to his desire to grow, to learn, to be. I don't care where he is right now. I don't care what his challenges could be right now. Because I was willing to listen, I was able to bless. So sometimes you got to listen not only to calm yourself or shut up to just quiet yourself and take that time away. Sometimes you have to shut up so that you can hear where you can be a blessing. Okay. So this switched from self to giving, to being in a position to give, right? And that's important too, because there's a balancing act that has to take place. We have to be charged up so that we can give. You've got to go recharge so that you can be happy to give, so that you can willfully give and not be reluctant to do so, right? Even when you give an ear, you taking time for silence and space helps when you have to listen to a friend or family or stranger, right? You're ready, you're able, you're willing, right? You're not feeling like, oh, my world is already crushing down around me. I don't have time for this. And being, inconsiderate or anything like that, even by default, because most times we're not like that because we just want to be. Okay. You can be overwhelmed and stressed by the world, your world, right? But somebody else might need you. Be sure to take your silence and your quiet time. Be sure to shut up sometimes so that you can be available. Now, if you're someone like y'all, I'm guessing y'all just not like me. Okay. But let me tell you about me. Okay. I don't make phone calls. I don't call people. I typically don't text first because number one, I just don't. I don't do small talk. So if I'm calling you, I might be returning your call or responding to you, or something, right? Or just getting quick information, right? I don't call people. Okay. And again, my inner circle can tell you that, like, I don't call people. Why though? Why? Well, number one, I have a voice that needs to be heard. So I got to be ready to be on here to speak, right? I have to be prepared to speak when it's time to speak. Number two, people call me to speak. And so when they call me, I have to be willing and able to listen, which means I have to journal my own stuff. I have to process my own situations or life or whatever, right? Or I know that some of these people I can do that with as well. But typically when people call me, I need to be ready to actively listen. I need to be ready to hear them, right? Even if I don't agree, because I'm also a person that will cut you the hell off really quickly when it starts going left. I'll cut you off when it starts going to bullcrap. I will cut you off real quick, okay? But I have to be willing to hear. I have to be willing to listen. I have to know when to shut up, and I have to know when to get the hell off the phone as well. Because just because I have the capacity to hear from you doesn't mean that you get the opportunity to dump on me without cause. Okay? So you got to be mindful to protect yourself, y'all. Guard your gates, guard your heart, guard your mind, guard your thoughts, guard all of those things. Take some time and shut up. Okay? The ministry of shutting up. Take some time and listen. Take some time and quiet yourself. Take some time and relax. Take time and ask more of you. If life is not where you want it to be, you're not who you want to be, you're not where, just pick something. Pick something and take the time and pour into you so that you can be available for others, y'all. It's many members in one body. Many members in one body. Okay? And start releasing those people, places, and things that you hate or that are hurting you or harming you, or that you are hurting and harming as well. Cut that out. Cut it out. And start changing, growing, developing, becoming the best you that you can be every day, y'all. Okay? So remember to ask for more. Set your affirmations for this week. Your I am, I have, I will. What kind of day or week are you going to have? Make sure that you declare that. Be sure to go back and read James chapter 3, y'all, for yourself about taming your tongue and 2 kinds of wisdoms. Okay? Remember, I said the 2 kinds of wisdoms is knowing when to shut up and knowing when to speak up. Okay? And so go back and read that for yourself in the Bible, not TARAhisms, but go read the Bible. Be sure to speak your intentions and sort that out with you. What do I hope to gain here? Okay. And again, I will always say, sit at the foot of understanding, y'all. Sit at the foot of understanding in business and in your personal life as well. All right. I am Tara M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. This has been Tea Time with Tara, live and on air. We're here every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Central Time. You can head over to my YouTube channel at Stalk Your Destiny. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I go live. If you love to become a sponsor, we would love to have you. Or if you want to make a donation or just learn more about who I am, please visit www.stalkyourdestiny.com. Excuse me, you can also check out my books and planners there as well. But until next time, y'all have a beautiful week. Keep your peace and bless somebody this week, y'all, okay? I'll be back next Monday. See y'all then. Bye.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna bring. I'm making that down, but I won't lose ground. 'Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.
Every time it's on everything, alive, you cheesing, I'm cheddaring. No matter the form of the weaponry, gotta keep stalking my destiny. Time's getting worse, I'm bettering. My sin is secure, ain't no tethering. I ain't gonna stop till I rest in peace and they put some hold on my great lettering. Every time, I ain't lay back unless I'm in my 300. Circle is little, cause I keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm so hard when I'm on it. 100% ain't enough, I get 200. Every time, know what I'ma run from. I'm that one opponent, you don't want none from. Manual van where my strength get pumped from. So let's go back to the child of God. Standing toe to toe, no hiding out. The Lord is with me, you can't fight the rock. I got the sauce, you want out of high. The destiny mine, I'ma stalk it out. The strength is happening, you just bought it out. Your giant carcass, I'ma walk it out. You gon' be wishing that you wouldn't have called me out. Cause every time be on that throw down, let's get us a showdown. Come and get some, I got another go around. Big as it is, so hard they go down. Since destiny something we can't change, but quitting will stop you from great gains. And faith will make capable great things. I done decided to break pain. Lives around and call me on my A game. full speed like the A train. The thing that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. I'm by myself, I don't gang bang. When you wanna get in my crown, then I'm down every time, not just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but me, yo, I got my 10,000s. God gave me dreams doing that, I would chest it.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making it up, but I won't lose hope, 'cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.